Ladies and gentlemen, this is internet personality Vangelus, and it's time to very belatedly take a look at the SH Figuarts EX re-releases of the Souchaku Henshin EX, Battle Hopper, and Acrobatter. These came out separately as web exclusives a few years back in March of 2010, and their boxes are ludicrous and enormous! Ah, the wonder years when Figuarts thought bikes needed to look huge on the shelf. These machines are, for the most part, repaints of the Souchaku Henshin originals. They still have the spring suspension and Figuarts-friendly proportions, but now also sport shiny metallic paint jobs that really make me smile. Also, Battle Hopper includes some gripping hands for SH Figuarts Kamen Rider Black, topping off his accessory count and allowing him to actually hold on to his own motor vehicle. Alright, so this is where I would have liked to compare the Battle Hopper and Acrobatter to the SH Figuarts EX Battle Hopper / Acrobatter set, except I sold that thing a while back, so I can't. And I just wanted to take a moment to apologize for... Wait a second. Wait, I did something with that thing years ago, just in case of such an eventuality, wherein I have these things being videotaped, but I don't have the old one. If I could only figure out how to go back and... Oh, wait a second, I got one of these. Woo! The primary difference between these two releases is that the Figuarts EX version has shiny metallic green paint, but everything else is actually quite flat. Also, the headpiece is actually cast in translucent plastic, revealing some of the inner detailing, whereas the original version just has it all solidly painted on. As far as their construction goes, these two are basically identical, which also means you can peel open the Figuarts EX version to reveal the inner workings, and there are a few little differences there. As far as their buggy interiors go, the paint apps are actually nearly identical, which really surprised me, especially on the Figuarts EX version, since it wasn't really advertised as being able to split open, and I was actually curious if it even could up until I gave a somewhat healthy tug on the chassis. The main difference, though, is actually in the head. If you take a look at the Figuarts EX version, there are less paint apps. The Souchaku Henshin version has some extra bronze, and the eyes are painted a somewhat metallic burgundy. The reason why the Figuarts EX version didn't do the eyes in red is probably due to the compound eye effect it was going for, but I was surprised to see the bronze missing there, given how much it otherwise duped from the Souchaku Henshin version. Much like the Battle Hopper re-release, the Figuarts EX version of Acrobatter's main difference over the old Souchaku Henshin version is that it's got metallic paint all over the place, as well as the compound eye effect added into the head. It also flattens the glossier black of the rib cage, but oddly enough, somewhat glossens the black of the seat, as opposed to the Souchaku Henshin version's very flat black. Basically, it's a bit of a premiumizing of the old paint job. And if we take a look under the chassis, we'll see that again, like the Figuarts EX Battle Hopper, all the paint apps for the innards of the bike have actually been carried over, except for the ones on the head. The black seat part on the innards of the Figuarts EX version is much flatter than the glossy black of the Souchaku Henshin version. And again, Figuarts EX has gone for simple silver eyes and no bronze on the skull piece, which is in line with how the compound effect of most Figuarts head sculpts has been executed in the past. And again, just like the Battle Hopper, all the Acrobatter outer components on the Figuarts EX version are clear plastic that's been painted, while the Souchaku Henshin version was molded in blue. Well, that solved that. Where'd I get this anyway? The secondary draw of these bikes are their included custom Tamashi stages. These are slick and god-damn sexy. They have a minimalist artistic approach and deliver the true names of Black and Black RX in a crisp, dramatic white font. Sadly, the bikes are barely able to use the stands, what with Tamashi stages wanting to grip things with friction fingers that can barely handle the weight of an accessorized action figure, let alone a die-cast inclusive motorcycle. Still, it's cute to watch them try, you know? Look at he's trying so... Whoop. Oh well. These have been the go-to bike accessories for Black and Black RX since their release, but their recommendability's always been hamstrung by their unreliable cost. Hell, even their original price of just over 3,000 yen, if you don't count middleman fees, was a bit rough, offset only by the combination of the premium paint job and Tamashi stage pack-in. They're great, but if you can get the Souchaku Henshin EX version for cheap, maybe stick with that. Or, now that we're nearly 4 years past their release, just wait it out and grab the renewal versions with a fraction of the heartache and effort. But if you want the great Tamashii stages and the metallic paintwork, you may need to see if the aftermarket stopped having its $90 to $100+ way with these overboxed but attractive rider machines. Anyway, this has been Internet Personality Vangelus, and while I was in the time stream, I think I noticed one or two other forgotten filming sessions. If only I could remember what they were, I could abuse the space-time continuum more with memory stick drug use.